Hi there, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Mari B, and guess who I have today?
Hello.
The Managing Partner Ramesh Raghuthaman. It's been a while since we've seen you on the show.
True, and I almost said hola.
Why? Why'd you almost say hola?
Because we have a show on Thursdays called Jueves de Justicia that we do the Spanish version of this.
And you're always on that one.
Well, I like to be on that one.
Yes.
And of course this one as well.
So make sure if you guys speak Spanish or know of anybody that speaks Spanish, go follow that channel as well. It's called Jueves de Justicia, and it's D. Miller Latino. So that's our Facebook page. Make sure you follow that as well.
And you can see me there too.
Yeah, you'll see both of us there. Just a different language. So another reason why we accelerated you to come on the show is because you are high demand.
Oh.
I don't know if you know that yet.
I don't.
But we had our last show, we had two individuals. David wished me a happy birthday and he said, "More Ramesh, please."
All right, David.
So I took that into consideration and I said, you know what, I'm going to have to get Ramesh on here. And then I had another comment, which you guys are going to see on the screen right now. Yasmin says, "Can we see Ramesh more on the show? He's so cool."
Wow, I appreciate
So that's
the
two.
positive feedback. That's
great. Yeah. So by popular demand, we had to get you here super quickly. I know you made time for your schedule because it's a little tough. When we have our Spanish show and then you're an attorney, you put your attorney suit on and you have to do all those attorney things.
And we love what we do here and it keeps us quite busy.
Yes, exactly. So I want to thank you for making some time.
Absolutely.
Not only for myself, but for the viewers that requested. So if David or Yasmin, you're watching, I fulfilled your wish.
Giving the people what they want.
Exactly. So I want to open up those lines of communication. Again, we're back at it. Any questions that you guys may have for the attorney today, Ramesh Raghuthaman, on personal injury.
All
yeah,
right.
We haven't had this style of show for a while. We've had a lot of fun topics. The holidays were here, so we've done a lot of different style of shows.
Absolutely.
But we're back to the basics, huh?
I was going to say, this is kind of how the show was built. This is the foundation of the show.
Yeah.
This is what, we first started doing, and our first kind of concentrated outreach to our community.
Yeah.
And we were able to build on that. Very, very successfully.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to this year.
I agree with you. The people like this. They like to talk to you, the attorney, and get to know without having to make an appointment or having to, a law office have to pay or billable hours. This is a great way. They can ask their question real quick and get it moving.
And this is what we do best, and that is providing advice and giving help to those who need it and those who ask us.
Absolutely. So a lot of the people that are watching right now already know who you are, what you do, and where you're from. But for those of them that are just tuning in for the first time, let them know a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and where you went to law school.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm a native Texan. I was actually born in Youngstown, Ohio, but we moved here when I was 6 months. Lived here in Houston my whole life and went to Strake Jesuit, which is actually just down the road from here.
Yeah, down the street.
All boys school. Graduated there from high school. I went to college in Ohio thinking I was going to be a doctor, but that didn't work out so well. And I ended up graduating from there and not becoming a doctor, but going to law school. I went to law school in St. Louis, and I went to Washington University School of Law. And right after school, my first job was I did asbestos defense for Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, I worked actually in the factory. It was really cool.
That is cool.
It was really, really cool seeing how that all worked. And eventually, after some time in the cold, I decided I wanted to come home. So I came home, and through a mutual friend, a family friend of ours, I was able to meet Darren, and as they say, the rest is history.
The rest is history, and look at where we're at now.
And here we are now.
So we actually, a lot of you guys on social media, especially on Facebook and Instagram, are doing something called the 10-year challenge.
I know.
So later today, after the show, you guys are going to see, please stand by to see these attorneys and their 10 years. Literally, you guys haven't even changed.
Wow.
But that shows like 10 years ago, and plus you guys met each other, started working together around that time. And now, like, the rest is history. You blink and it's 10 years. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy when I first came to the firm and met Darren, I was not married, had no children, was not licensed, and living in my parents' house.
Look at you now. And now all of that is history, like we said, right? Yeah. You're married with kids, a house, all that good stuff. So, well, that's a beautiful thing to see and hear as well, looking back at your life and where it started and where it's evolved now. And that should also motivate you guys out there watching too, that you too, putting your mind and setting your mind to something can get there for sure.
Well, and there's something to be said. I feel very, very grateful that I'm one of the lucky ones that wakes up in the morning and likes what I do. Mm-hmm. I don't ever wake up and think to myself, oh, I don't want to be there. Say, damn, I don't want to go to work. It's never like that. I look forward to it every single day. It's exciting. It's super busy. We run an extremely dynamic operation, and it's something that we're very proud of.
Yeah, no, we are super busy, and we do love what we do, so that's always great. I know we have a live comment right now from Jim. Jim is saying, hey, y'all, what's up, Ramesh? And then Jim also said, I went to straight GSIT class of 2004, Men for Others. How recommended is the concentration of personal injury as an attorney? As an 1L student, I am navigating through deciding on a focal point. Share your experience, please.
Well, first off, straight Jesuit alum, always glad to have you tune into the show. That's great. Class of 1994 here. I know I just aged myself, but in any event, yes, Men for Others. Personal injury. The one thing I will tell you is I've had an opportunity to do work on the defense side. I've had an opportunity to do different type of, I would say, plaintiff's work or injury. Nothing is as fulfilling as what we do here. When we have clients, very simply put, they're hurting, their cars are messed up, and their life is kind of in disarray. And the ability to address those concerns, make those things right, and provide a resolution for our clients is something that I don't know how I can explain the aesthetic happiness you get, but you definitely feel like you contributed and you did something.
So it sounds like, if I'm getting it correct, it's very rewarding to you.
That is the exact word.
That outcome that you see. I mean, how many years have you been doing the personal injury scope of things?
It will be since 2004, so now 14 years. 14
years. And wow. I'm sure you still get that same feeling of a sense of just gratitude and just being able to help.
Absolutely, especially when how when we do like heroic behavior, when you make a difference in someone's life, Absolutely. Or when you make a positive impact, that is exactly why we do what we do. And to see the fact that people are happy and satisfied and glad that they chose our firm, well, then that is what it's all about, and that's makes you motivated to do it again. And I will just to circle back and answer the question. Look, personally for me, there has been nothing that has been more rewarding than being able to work on the plaintiff side and help people in this fashion. Yes, I'm sure other lines of the law and the legal practice can be as rewarding, but on a personal level, with the different experiences, nothing beats the hands-on approach that we get to do here.
Yeah, for sure. And I know Jim is asking to help him on his focal point. Did you ever practice any other areas of law that you can maybe advise, or has it always been personal injury?
Well, in the very beginning, I did spend some time doing, what we call defense work, just hourly billing, where essentially if you had a civil or commercial dispute, it was the more traditional way you would think of a law practice, mm-hmm. right? Doing hourly billing and, resolving your client's issues to resolution. But again, like I said, after even doing that for a little, nothing has been as rewarding as what we've done here.
So you knew at the beginning, like once you did a little bit of personal injury, like this is my mark, because every attorney is different.
You're so right. And once I started to do it, I never went back to anything else. That's
powerful.
Yeah. And I had tried different things. I even dipped in family law for a little bit, and nothing beats what we do.
Well, that's good. That's great. So hopefully that helped you a little bit, Jim, on his experience on how to maybe guide you through the focal point, right?
So, and Jim, feel free to reach out to me personally or privately. I'd be more than happy to, answer any questions or address any concerns you have, or give you just some guidance on getting through law school.
Yeah, I know we take a lot of people underneath our wing, whether they're in law school like this situation, or if it's even people out there watching and just want to be a little bit more educated on how all of this works. I know you guys take such pride in taking people under their wing. So
we like it. One thing I've certainly learned, from watching my partner is that there is definite effort in mentorship and guiding and playing that big brother role to others in our kind of situation, and we always wish we had that. I grew up in a family where my dad was a physician. He didn't understand law, so there was that type of professional or career kind of advice was difficult for me to get from him, because the disciplines were so different.
Right.
And whenever you grow up and you think, well, those are the things that I want, those are the kind of things that you want to provide.
Yes,
and do.
Absolutely. So if Jim, reach out to Ramesh. There's a lot of wisdom and guidance here in this room. So I would hate for you to miss that opportunity. I have another live comment. Paula is saying, Ramesh, finally, can't wait to watch the whole show after work. Hi, Marty. Y'all keep up the great work. So, hi Paula.
Thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Yes.
To tune in.
Yes. So, and then Jim just commented on that. So, he said that his phone died, so he's going to watch and replay that answer. So, he'll love to meet you soon. And thanks for your big brother position.
Excellent. All right. Fellow Jebby, anytime.
Absolutely. Awesome. So, so those are great, valuable things, and that is why here. We're here to bring those value answers in the questions that you guys have. So I want to open up those lines of communication. I know I have another question coming up. This is on the personal injury side as well. Sonia, hey Sonia. She's saying, what is the most common case you guys have at D. Miller and Associates, PLLC?
Well, Sonia, that's a good question. We have an extraordinary wide array of the types of cases. But very simply, just to answer your question, your automobile accidents, any type of injury case, that's kind of the prevailing type of case we handle. But again, we do have attorneys and we do have a team that can handle pretty much any kind of issue. And if we can't, we know someone who can.
Yeah, that's the luxury of you guys. We have 5 attorneys here, but the luxury is that you guys are so well connected. So if someone is in need of a different type of case that he didn't mention, you guys have friends all over.
Yeah.
And you guys network all the time, nationwide, because we go all to seminars and stuff like that. So you're constantly meeting people as well.
Obviously expanding the network.
Yeah.
Can always help.
It's always good to have one of these attorneys in your pocket, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So Jim also commented, Madi always have great energy. So thank you, Jim. Awesome. So we're going to move on to our next question, which is Mary.
Hey,
Mary, hey. She's saying, what is the most memorable case you have worked on?
Most memorable case. Well, I think if I had to pick one that comes to my mind immediately, I almost a decade ago, almost 10 years ago, I represented a family which was a mother and daughter, and a 5-year-old girl was involved in a car accident, and she actually was ejected from the car. She had significant scarring and some other kind of cosmetic issues. Luckily she was fine in the sense that there were no broken bones and everything, that she was going to heal. However, we did have some potential disfigurement, and I remember working the case and thinking to myself, like, this is a 5-year-old girl, and when she becomes 10 years old, like, what are we going to do? Like, this could become an issue for her, because we were talking about a pretty visible scar right in the top of her face. And one of the things that I'm very, very proud of was that we were able to settle the case and structure the settlement in such a way that we allowed her to have the funds available, that as she got older, she could get plastic surgery and have those removed. And it's been a while since we've been in touch, but it looks so great the last time. See, and I think she has one more surgery in a couple more years.
And you probably can now barely see it, because now the surgeons are like awesome that you can't even tell the story behind a mark anymore.
And it's unbelievable the work that the doctors and the surgeons did, and quite frankly, nothing compares though to the spirit and the energy that my client had. The little 5-year-old, she was amazing. Can't believe she's 16 now.
Oh wow!
If it wasn't for HIPAA, I would say your name, but I'm not going to.
No, yeah, that's awesome, and that's also great to see a little life and soul, and then now is all grown up or close to being grown up, and seeing their smile and this not defeating them.
Absolutely.
And them still going on.
And when hearing from the parents always they always comment to us that they're so thankful that we had the forethought and foresight to set aside and think about these things and make sure, because for a girl at 15, how your appearance, how you look.
Oh wow, yes.
I didn't, we were able to think that all the way through, knowing that she was young, and made sure that she had money at every step so that she could get it.
Yes, and you said it. That's the prime time of a little girl's life, is the 15, probably a little bit. Now it's preteen. So, I think you know what I'm talking about. Please don't spit your water. But yes, you have 3 girls, so he knows exactly how important that image is. So it's great to kind of hear that you not only looked at the situation in front of you, but you also looked at the big picture of her future as well.
And we did a good job there.
Yes,
That's
awesome.
That we did a good job on.
Awesome. So that was a great story. So I have a comment and a question. Yasmin is on. Hi, Demand. Hey, Yasmin. So she said, yes, Ramesh is on today, a bright part of my crappy day so far.
Oh, sorry.
So sweet.
But you're having a bad day.
But we're bringing the life to her right now.
Absolutely.
And the sunshine. So we're going to rain nothing but positive energy to you, girlfriend, so you can turn that day around. But she did ask a question to you. If someone feels they aren't smart enough for law school, and she put parentheses, come on, lawyers are brilliant, and I'm working at Subway, close parentheses, but they are truly passionate about it, what do you recommend? I honestly love the law, but I just don't feel I'm up to par with law students. They're so smart.
Well, I'm going to address your question first with this. That is not the way to think about it. You are absolutely capable and are able to get to law school and do it and get through it and become a lawyer. If you have a passion and you have a dream, the beautiful thing about law and the legal practice, and even to the extent law school, is it is open for everybody. There is a place for you. There is a way that you will be able to follow your passions and your dreams. Don't give up, and don't ever think that, all law school students are so smart and they, I can't compete. Trust me, if I can do it, anyone can do it, okay?
Yeah.
So please follow your dreams. And if you need any advice on how to go about it, and maybe some things before you get in preparation, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to give you some pointers and help you with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'm a very big advocate of following your dreams, and if you put your mind to something, you will get there. You will do whatever it takes to get to that next level, whether it means studying extra harder than the person next to you, or putting in those countless hours. It is what it is. You will get it done. So my suggestion, based on our last show, is put it pen to paper. Write it down on a piece of paper that you do want to go to law school. Put it in front of your mirror and see it every single day. And that you will do it, whether it's now or whether it's in 5 years, right?
It doesn't matter. I like to share this story. My first day of law school, the person sitting next to me was 45 years old. I was 22, and I remember thinking to myself, wow. But that's the beauty of this discipline, is that it doesn't matter at what period you're in your life. It doesn't matter where you are or what you think you can or can't do. If you put your mind to it, you can get it done.
Yes, and like you stated, not always the scenarios are right after high school. I personally, after high school, took 3 years off. Then I went to college and I graduated in 4 years. I don't know, what's your story? Did you go right out of?
I went from high school straight. I graduated high school in May, went to college in August, graduated college in May, went to law school in August.
So he went right on. There's other attorneys that might have started at a later time. There's other attorneys that passed the bar exam at the beginning. There's other attorneys that did not. But you know what? At the end of the day, every single one of them are resilient, and they figured it out to get that ending goal.
And our diploma all says the same thing.
And that diploma, I mean, hey, you're right. My diploma, they didn't care about the GPA, how long. The diploma is a diploma,
It says
you know?
the same thing.
It says the same thing. So my diploma is different. Not an attorney. I'm in accounting. But all attorneys.
Hard is hard. See? Trust me.
The numbers, yes. So we have another comment. This is Chriselle saying, having a great team of attorneys and physicians is amazing. It makes a not so great situation better for clients. Thank you for always making sure to network and expand your network. It's a huge benefit. Glad to see you, Ramesh. Mighty great outfit and energy. Thank you.
That's awesome. Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So yes, that we do pride ourselves based on that comment on building the network, but the why is what's more important, so that we can have that network for these type of cases and really help out.
Well, and you pose a really good question, and the answer is extremely important. And really, you want what's important when you're providing a service to your clients. You want to make sure that they feel comfortable with the provider that they're with, but also equally important, you want to make sure that the provider is good at what they do and can make a difference treating your client.
Absolutely.
We network because we want to make sure that all of our clients on a national level have the options, have choices, have the ability to see providers that do for them. And it is always good to have a competent, big, consistent network of people that you can count on and work with, because at the end of the day, it's about the client.
Absolutely.
We are all working so that the client gets better.
Absolutely. You said it so well. Couldn't have said it any better. Like, nailed it. I definitely recommend, if you didn't hear that, rewind it and hear that again, because that was really a good comment and very much so what we stand by. So we're going to move on. We're having a lot of good traction, but we have another question here from Jacob. Jacob is saying, my child has been driving since 16. She just was involved in an accident now, and she's 17, so a year later of driving. Okay. Is she still considered a minor? Ooh, that's a good question.
Jacob, that is a good question. The answer to your question is yes. Anyone under the age of 18, for our purposes, are considered a minor. 18 is kind of the magic age for a lot of things, but 18 is the threshold for whether or not your child is a minor or an adult.
Yes. So that's a great question, because I know what we see on TV, more so on like maybe on the criminal side, but some of the 17-year-olds do get tried as an adult. So that is actually a great question, because it's that gray area.
It is true, because the big difference is what happens, I'll speak for Texas, when you have a personal injury settlement with a minor, if they're under 18, typically, if there's a settlement and there's money that is to be held for the minor, we put it in a trust with the court's registry, and they hold it until the child reaches of age. So you're protecting it for the child. But sometimes if they're 17 and during the term course of the case they are going to turn 18 quickly, usually we can treat them as an adult. So there's some gray area there, but
okay,
hard and fast, 18 is the age. If it's close enough, sometimes we're able to work it out, but typically, I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Perfect. So I have another question before we get to a little bit of the funner or more fun part of the show. Leroy is saying, I hear a lot of commercials on the radio. How do I know what attorney I can trust?
Well, I will tell you this much. You can definitely trust us. Now, look, you have a lot of choices. We understand at D. Miller & Associates, we are in a service industry. We work for our clients. We understand that there are a lot of services, there are a lot of law firms, there's a lot of choice. What I would encourage anyone to do is look the firm up, look us up. Make sure they have a presence on Facebook, on Instagram, on social media. Look at the website. You can gain a lot of information and answer a lot of your own internal questions about the law firm just by doing a little bit of, due diligence.
Yeah, and a lot of things now, like you stated, is at your fingertips with these devices that we have here. So everything's at your fingertips, but even coming on a portal like this where you can actually talk to the attorney and get those like real good questions. Not only that, but get to gauge your personality. I think that speaks louder than an actual picture, because I get to see your vibe and energy. Yeah. That's me personally. Everybody's a little bit different, but everything's at your fingertips now.
Absolutely. Sure. And we strive on being able to being available to answer any potential new leads questions or potential clients questions, because we do want to show that we have the ability, we have the knowledge, we have the team and the capabilities to provide them the services that they need.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you did mention social media. That's another way. Wanted to let you guys know we also have other social media engines, just in case you guys want to look us up. But please go follow us. We would love to have you as a friend everywhere. We do different things on different platforms. So we do have Instagram. I know you see that, and you're always on Instagram.
I like the IG.
Yeah, I love the IG, actually. We also have YouTube. We're actually going to have more shows on YouTube that will not be housed out of Facebook. They're only going to be out of YouTube. Someone like yourself will be on there. More shows. Facebook en Español, we have it as well. So those are all on the screen right now. The Facebook en Español is D. Miller Law Latino. So we do have a lot of media for you. Whoever you are, if you speak Spanish, if you like YouTube, if you like the Instagram, we are there for you.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So speaking of, I do have another live question, comment, not question. Jason, very informative talk here. I love this. Madi, you have a great personality, and it's really nice to see Mr. Ramesh on sharing his wisdom. Been a minute, but worth the wait to see him. Y'all are awesome, and my dad always asks me when the next show is. I'm like, it's called Talk to Me Tuesday, Pop. You keep killing it. So thank you, Jason.
That was awesome.
It is called Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
However, sometimes, especially last week, we did have a show on Wednesday.
We did.
Yes. So depending on the topic and how special it is and how available the individual may be, we might house it on a different day. That day was Jasmine Barnes, the little girl that got shot and killed here in Houston, Texas, 7 years old. Her dad was actually on the show. They had the funeral on Tuesday. Could not do it on Tuesday. We made that exception, and that this show was housed on Wednesday. Please just be on the lookout. You will always see the same blue background. It's a picture always with me, and then whoever the person that I'm interviewing, whether it's an attorney or whether it's a special guest. Once you see that, you'll see what time. It should never change, always on a Tuesday at 3 o'clock. But just in case there's one of those special shows, we'll let you know. We'll go heavy on letting you guys know.
I was going to say, absolutely. We do a great job of putting out our schedule and the anticipated schedule of shows, and especially if we have anything that we, is extremely special or unique in a way, we definitely want to put the message out there so that everybody would tune in. And I just want to say, even when you mention Jasmine Barnes' name, it's a sad story. It's a very senseless violence and things that we wish we didn't have to deal with, but I'm very proud of what you guys did, and Madi did a great job.
Thank you. It was such a great show. If you guys missed it, please go on this Facebook page and go click the episode, or on our YouTube channel, Talk to Me Tuesday. You can click any episode at any time. no matter how old they were. Now, I do want to open up to you guys. Those of you guys that are watching, there's a lot of you guys that want Ramesh on there. I want to open up for you guys to let me know either what topics you'd like to hear on here, if you'd like to see special guests, or if any of you guys would love to come and be a guest on the show. I would love to interview any one of you guys just to kind of get the viewer standpoint. I think it would be cool. So reach out to me. You can either put it on the comment section or you can send me a direct message to the D. Miller Law, and we'll be happy to incorporate it for sure.
Absolutely. And we look forward to meeting it. We always look forward to meeting it.
Yeah, we always love to meet the faces behind the names that we read here.
Absolutely.
So if you guys got to see, you're an Instagram guy, so am I. We just put on Instagram to vote for James Harden for the NBA All-Star, which voting ends January 21st.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so time is ticking. We want to help our fellow Houston Rockets player. You guys see it on the screen right now. Let's get those votes up and help him so he can go to the All-Star game. All-Star game, I'm sorry, is my favorite.
The NBA All-Star Game is the best.
Oh my God. I actually had the pleasure of dancing in it one year. So it was so fun.
You were in New York.
No, it was the one here in Houston
that
I got to dance in.
That's
yeah.
Right.
So when Houston came here, I was dancing for the D-League team. But anyways, regardless, I love the NBA All-Star game, the three-point shot. I mean, a lot of you guys might say I'm a Super Bowl person. I'm just the NBA All-Star girl.
I'm with you. NBA All-Star Weekend has definitely easily become one of my favorites, from the dunk contest to the amazing parties to everything. It's fantastic. And look, as a community, we always want to see our guys do well, so let's vote for the Beard, and let's make sure that he represents the H out there. Where is the All-Star game?
Good question. Production will let me know. Minneapolis.
So we'll have the Beard represent us in Minneapolis.
We've
been busy doing work. That's why we don't know these things.
It's going to be cold up there. But regardless, you guys are going to see a lot of stuff leading up to the NBA All-Star with us, as well as the Super Bowl. Both of them are coming. I think they're 2 weekends apart, all in February, starting at the first weekend of February. But first, like you said, let's vote for the Beard. And let's get our people out there, our Houston Rockets team players out there, so that we can see someone represent H-Town.
That's right, as he's going to win his second MVP.
Yeah, yes. So we'll definitely talk. He'll be on the show after that NBA All-Star, so we could talk a little bit about what we saw, dunk contests, and commentating, the whole shebang. So it's going to be our opinions. But he is a little bit more passionate on the sports side, so it's going to be a great show.
If the NBA or TNT would like to send Marty and I, we're absolutely available.
We'll be more than happy to fly down and definitely do that. So yes, we'll go over this next live question. So this one is Robert. Robert is saying, what are some tips or advice I could tell my child who will begin driving this year?
Scary thought. Scary thought. Real quickly, the most important thing, and I always remember this, is make sure they learn the law and the traffic guideline book. Having an understanding of what the signs mean and what the different ordinances are and how they are applied is extremely important. And as always, the most important thing is safety. You just want to make sure that your child is comfortable and comfortable enough to be able to manage and handle all the things that come, the responsibilities that come with driving a vehicle, a lot which we take for granted.
Yeah, and Robert, one thing is he's about to experience that in a couple of years as well.
No way.
Because his girls are going to be pretty close to that driving. It is, as a parent, I'm pretty sure you can attest to this, it's a scary moment to throw your child. First of all, in Houston traffic, it's just crazy. But those are good tips. I mean, we also have on our social media, you see the attorney with some 8 tips on what to do if they were in an accident. We definitely want to knock on wood that your child does not. But if so, we want to prepare our children for if they are in an accident, what they can do.
Yeah, preparedness.
Yeah.
And, our marketing team and production staff do a great job of covering each and every aspect. And what are some of the things that you want to make sure, just safety precautions, rules, tips while you're driving. Just having that and having that knowledge is extremely beneficial, and it's something that I would suggest that you could find on our site and go back and look for.
Absolutely. Take a screenshot of it, leave it on your phone. I mean, our phones are always beside us so that the kids can always just save it on their favorites and always just know what to do. So definitely feel free to take that picture. So just
Good luck.
Good luck. So just want to let you guys know my production team just said, just kidding. The NBA All-Star Game is in Charlotte.
Okay.
Yes.
Charlotte, all right.
On February 15th through the 17th is the days, which is about a good 2 days of just a lot of events on TV. So just stay tuned. We're going to do something fun, you and I. Our post is even going to be fun. Production found a little basketball court around here, so be ready. We're going to do something fun. Exactly. So something not so fun. We're going to change the subject. Government shutdown. We're going to talk about that today just to kind of make you guys aware if you guys have heard of the latest. If you haven't, we did post a post today with the link that you guys can read from CNN. There's so many links out there. USA Today. You guys can get some more information. But today is the 25th day of the shutdown, which is the longest in U.S. history. It's crazy. The last one, I believe, was 21 days. So we've already met that mark, and we've exceeded that. It started on December 22nd. We know why the government shut down. I mean, the president is trying to create a wall down in Mexico, so he shut down the government. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about how it's affecting people, yourself, those around you, and how it may not affect you down the line. There's hundreds and thousands of people that have missed their paychecks, and this is going to be more on the federal side of those jobs like TSA, public safety, military, law enforcement, federal employees. You guys may have seen the news on the airport. Thank goodness you and I are not flying anytime soon.
Well, actually, I am, but
oh, you are next weekend.
But it should be okay.
It should be.
But I hear you. I read that story too. And listen, what I will say about this is, first off, I just think overall it's disappointing. I think as a country, as a nation, we are better than this. Regardless of the politics that anybody or everyone, each person supports.
Yeah.
The bottom line is the lesson that needs to be learned from this is you have to be able to work together. Come together, even if you are on opposite sides of the fence. You have to be able to work as a unit, collaborate, and resolve these issues. There's no reason for a stalemate to happen. There's no reason for things to be prolonged. All that this says to me is get together, figure it out. Let's get a resolution and move on. And that's kind of when I see this, that's what I think.
Yeah, and you know what the foundation of that, which is getting together and finding a solution, is communication. If you communicate effectively, you can come up with a resolution and a solution by both parties.
Yeah, and the tragedy, and I'm just going to add to what you had to say, Monty, the tragedy behind all of this is that the people that are affected by it and the people that get the worst of it are people who are not involved in it, or people,
exactly.
They're not the ones that have the dominion or control to end the conflict or end the discussion, and it's really upsetting, and I expect more from this nation.
Yeah, for sure. And those that are working in these positions, they are not getting paid right now. They're going in, they're doing the work, but they're not getting paid, and I know it's affecting a lot of people. I know we hope that this ends soon, because it's a lot of, some people do live paycheck to paycheck, others don't, but they shouldn't have to suffer in this way. I know a lot of you guys may be asking, is this going to affect the tax refund? Now, what we researched, because we are not within, we can't forecast the future, but it doesn't delay when you actually file. There's many independent tax service companies that are still open right now, and they're still going through the same procedure as always. So fingers crossed that everything, it doesn't delay the refund. As of right now, we don't really know. We're hoping the answer is no.
Yeah, I really do hope, because, in addition to the tax refunds and those kind of things, well, first off, one thing is very clear, taxes are always due on the same day. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yes.
secondly,
April 15th.
The thing is, these citizens provide essential services that our country, our communities, our townships, our counties that we need, and
need.
And these are the types of services that make a society go and make a country run. And when you have a cessation of these types of essential services, the only end is going to be one that's not something that we would like.
Yeah, for sure. So again, like I said, fingers crossed. We're hoping that everything just gets resolved pretty soon. 25th day, that's just a lot of days, but hopefully they're in the road to success to come up with something, a solution.
And I'm going to think positive. They had previous government shutdowns. I know that there's been, a lot of partisanship involved in the shutdown. And I'm just going to hope and think positive that we can put everything aside and come to a resolution that suits the greater good of the country.
Yes, just like I gave Yasmin positive energy, we're definitely going to put that energy into that as well, so we can get those positive outcomes. So now we're at something new of the show that we're calling Review Spotlight.
All right.
Yes, so Review Spotlight is where I'm taking the reviews that you guys give us or our old clients that we had on the type of work that we've done. So we're going to read 3. We have top 3, and you guys will see them on the screen. We do have Patrick. Patrick is saying they are very efficient and concerned about your case. I would recommend someone there. Marta is the best.
All right, Martita.
Yes,
all right.
So that one's from Marta. She is one of our medical development representatives here at D. Miller & Associates. Does a phenomenal job. Is a ball of energy. So Patrick, I'm right there with you on Marta being the best. So next review.
We have a review from Caesar.
Yeah.
Caesar writes, great law firm with an excellent staff who have their clients at heart. Staff is professional, friendly, and considerate when they deal with their clients. I would not hesitate to recommend this company to anyone. Caesar, thank you so much for
Caesar.
For the great words.
Yeah, super sweet. We take pride in just giving you guys all of that professionalism, friendly, considerate, sympathetic. So thank you for noticing and acknowledging
This is very rewarding to hear the clients hear the reviews.
Yes, for sure. So our last one for the review spotlight is Gilly. Gilly is saying, although my case is still in process, I can say that up to this point, I have been very pleased with D. Miller & Associates. Their primary focus has been ensuring I get the treatment necessary for a full recovery. The people I have worked with thus far have been very responsive, professional, and friendly. If I have questions, I call or email and get a response pretty quick. Wow, that's 2 for 2 right there. Saying kind of the same thing. Now, you guys see them on there. Those are the actual reviews. We did not make any of this up. But it's crazy that they're saying the same thing, that professional, responsive, and friendly.
We strive to do that. That is a big point of emphasis here, along with being able and being available to our clients. We as a firm, we strive to make sure that we do the right job for you and that we are there with you every step of the way.
Absolutely. And I know coming from the high up, so the managing partner and the founding partner, yourself and Darren, you guys trickled those that presence and those important words to everyone beneath and below as far as your staff goes. So yeah, that's great to hear your words. We want to encourage you guys to send us a review any which way you can. We love to hear. This is how we get better and we grow by getting either positive or even any reviews that we can, always stay on top of it and get better. So you can leave a review here on Facebook, also on Google, as well as Yelp.
All right.
Yeah. So we're coming to the end of the show. I think it almost feels like we just started right now, but we blinked and it's over. Yeah, so we want to thank all of you guys for joining in. But like I always do, Ramesh, what are some closing either quotes or suggestions or any advice you want to give those viewers that are watching? You've got a lot of awesome engagements right now, so you have their attention.
Well, first I want to say thank you to everyone that's tuned in, and especially said with all the kind words. It means more than I could express, and I'm usually pretty good with my words, but I really appreciate and thank you for all the wonderful comments. Secondly, as always, I have to always give thanks to Mari.
Thank you.
Great job. And our marketing team, Renee, Victor, Giselle, you guys. I'm always impressed with each show. It continues to get better. The topics and the things that we cover continue to expand, and I'm so excited for everyone who continues to watch. You have no idea what she has in store for 2019. It is awesome.
Yes.
And we will be coming to you.
Yes. So thank you for those words. Unfortunately, we do not have a hard day on when this awesomeness is coming to the show. Things will take time, so you will incrementally see these changes as I normally do. But as always, I'll give you guys a little heads up on what the changes are. And please give us your feedback. Let us know what you guys think or what you guys would like to see within this year. We do have a plan, but it can always go a different route just for you guys, the viewer. So I want to thank you guys for watching, for sharing, and for always tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday with your host, Mari B. And Ramesh.
Thank you guys. We'll be back.